are now listening to the Rough Tumble Podcast.
We're at Big Axe Battleground today in the Hamp Williams building. Hamp, whose name is Hamp? In Hot Springs, Arkansas. They've been nice enough to host us. If you're watching the video, you can see we've got axe throwing dartboards on the wall behind us.
I have to remember to look at the camera and not the monitor.
We can look at the monitor. I mean, like, whatever. I'm looking wherever I want. Look at you.
Hey.
And so we've got some topics taped up there. And me and Mitch were playing video games last night.
That's correct.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to say. No, we had a really good conversation. We were talking about, we didn't have a guest for this episode. And for a minute, I think we kind of got caught up in like, we were doing so well with guests and like getting so much momentum with it. I think we got kind of caught up with it. In reality, like you said, like, this started with just you and me, just bullshitting and talking. And that's like kind of where we shine.
I still remember the first episode because we had no idea, one, how long the episode should be. And we also had no idea what we were going to do. And I remember we stuffed so much. We tried to be like the funniest we ever were in the first episode.
Yeah.
Like we found like 700 things to like all these bits and stuff like that.
It hooked a lot of people. And then the second episode, they're like, oh, they can't keep this up.
Like, there's no way that they're going to keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Like I said, I think we got going down the path of like, oh, we have to get guests because people want to listen. But then I got to thinking, no, all of our original fans were just because they wanted to hear me and you
just
talk shit
and talk. Yeah.
And so, we're not to say that we're not going to get guests and stuff like that, but
I think the biggest point we're trying to make is that like we want to kind of reapproach it from having fun.
Go back to having fun and stuff because we were really going down a rabbit hole of like preparing for those lessons.
I get stressed about it, man. Like I got to go home, do the artwork and edit, and now it's like, you know what? We've got a kind of a formula with it, and like of course we're still trying and stuff, but. Like this was meant for us to have fun and be an outlet for us, not and then too, like the coronavirus screwed up a lot of things, and then like the political climate makes it a little bit difficult to talk about anything that's going on in the world. So it's like, but I think the important thing is, like we said, we just wanted to have fun with it and go back to being us. And
plus, I think it's cool that we're doing this on location thing, you know?
Yeah. We were talking about that too. We're on tour.
Like we're basically doing just a podcast tour around Arkansas, kind of looking at really cool, neat little niche places and giving ourselves a really cool backdrop. And not to say that nobody's doing that, but none of the podcasts I listen to are doing on location stuff all the time. And and if you're not watching the video, then who gives a fuck? I mean, me and Jonny can literally put a green screen behind us and say we're anywhere.
Yeah, but we still have like fun things to do. Like we get to throw axes at walls. You guys get to listen to us do that. How exciting, right?
Yeah.
How exciting to listen to somebody throw axes at a wall.
Exciting.
But it's just a fun idea. We get to throw an axe at the wall, pick a topic, and start talking about it.
I've never once picked up an axe in my life.
Mitch got 2 bullseyes in a row. 3 bullseyes. I bounced mine off the freaking wall after bragging about my Boy Scout hatchet merit badge. That is how it would go.
I feel like the next picture on the Instagram is going to be me hitting a bullseye, and then it's going to be the next picture with an axe in my leg.
Yeah, Johnny's turn. We went ghost hunting. This is great. We finally went ghost hunting. We have video footage of us catching ghosts, and we're going to have more. We're going to go. I think we're going to try after this. We got here early, so me and Mitch got the idea. There's like a courthouse across the street that had burnt down or whatever. For those of you that don't know about Hot Springs, it's got a long, rich history in the mafia and other things like that. So anyways, we went across the street. We found some guy named Thomas, talking to him through our free iPhone app. He's a ghost that's been walking around those grounds. Said something about a creek.
Yep.
There's
fire.
A fire and bones in the forest.
Thing, or did you?
No. It was ashes. He said ashes.
Okay.
So basically, we have like this thing that like, I guess it will just like choose words from a random list to try to describe and communicate.
When I was reading about it, because it's called a ghost box or a spirit box, and supposedly it's got this huge list of words, commonly used words, and if the microphone picks up one of those words as an anomaly, it'll project it.
It'll like ping it.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying, hey, like the microphone picked this word up. So I think maybe you probably should be super quiet.
Yeah, it might be like, I don't know, it might be like traffic going by. I don't know how that works, but
most cars I know.
The weird thing is though, the weird thing is though, is like it'll beep whenever you're close to like, it's like a metal detector, right? So I got it where they're along the sidewalk, and I notice it's kind of like moving up and down the sidewalk, and then I tell it, walk with me, and that beeping sound legitimately followed me all the way down the sidewalk, and then like it'll, and then we'll go back and like, you walk backwards and it's not there. It's not beeping there anymore.
What if we're the ghosts and there's
running off of us?
There's people like they're
the ones hunting.
Yeah, they're hunting us. And like the reason it kept following you originally was running away from you because you're literally in their way.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you should follow us, and they're like, okay, fuck, that's all right. That's what you want me to do.
Apple's like, listen, if we can get these ghosts to download this app, then the ghosts can communicate with us. On the other side, they're like, they said something about ashes, a podcast. I don't know.
I don't either. But we're gonna hook them in.
Yeah.
It's a 6-year contract.
And so we're gonna go across the street. We also, if there weren't ghosts in this building, the Hamp Williams building, there are now.
Yeah, because we brought them here.
It was creepy. We're going to put the video up on our Patreon. But we went up the stairs, and the very first thing that popped up on the spirit box was Daddy No.
Yeah.
And then we kind of circled around, got nothing, came back to the stairs, and then it told us to go away and get out. So we're definitely going back to there.
And we're definitely dealing with a child.
Yeah. Well, it could be the child and the dad or whatever. What if we see like there's like these windows up above you? What if I like see somebody standing up there? I'm never gonna stop looking up there now.
Just let me know so that I don't have to look.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna. This is gonna be me the whole episode looking up there. Okay. You wanna throw the first axe? You've thrown several bullseyes. I'm gonna throw the first one.
Yeah, you probably should.
Okay. Here I go. This might take a couple of tries.
Yep.
All right.
Johnny's stepping up to the plate.
And for those of you that aren't watching the video, we actually have Stephanie holding the card in front of the thing, and I've got to split it down the middle. Which one's the hatchet?
That one. I thought you meant like which one's the hatchet, as in like of the two axes. So there's a hatchet and then there's an axe. That was the axe bouncing off of the bullseye.
They can hear it every time I miss.
Yeah, you can literally hear Johnny's failures.
If I don't hit one, we'll go with the closest one to this, right? Yeah. Sweet.
All right, now I guess I'm gonna get.
What am I doing wrong? Where's my technique?
I feel like you're throwing it like
a lady.
A lady?
No, that's not true. The ladies can throw too. For instance, Mitch, right now we're watching. Bounce.
Well, the thing that sucks about this is that
here come the excuses.
Like there's no like half-asses.
There we go. The one right below that. That's the one. We're better than this, Mitch. What is it? Oh, it's gonna be something creepy. Mitch said, "Whoa." Ghost hunting. Oh no! Ghost hunting is the topic.
We have to do another one though.
We just talked about it. Damn it, we should.
So
okay.
I didn't think that was.
We just talked about ghost hunting, so we got to do another one. That's creepy.
And read y'all what you're getting.
Dun 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 dun.
Shiny with that one.
Stephanie's gonna pull it. Once you hit it, then you can sit down and Stephanie will pull it.
It's way harder up here, so it would have stuck.
Oh, is it harder? Oh, because there's other. Yeah, I get it. All right, this is your last try, and then I'm up. Okay, we'll take it.
What is that one?
We'll say the bullseye. Let's save the bullseye.
Yeah, save the bullseye. So you throw two.
Okay, here I go. This is gonna be the worst episode.
I know, because it's just like people are listening to us. Just say, okay, you go.
Yeah. All right.
Axe.
No, I'm gonna get it with the hatchet.
The axe is too heavy.
Tomahawk.
It's too heavy. That's part of your problem. I didn't realize you were throwing it.
What am I doing wrong?
You're not, you gotta go straight back and forward.
Hold on, we got an axe part coming.
When I looked, you did this. You like put it behind your head.
You're gonna throw it for us. She's gonna figure it out.
All right, so the expert is coming.
Oh, you go with the...
I got the big one.
Oh, she's getting the big
One-handed
one.
or
She's got a big
two-handed?
chunk of the big one. Don't hit me in the head.
Oh my God, she split it. She split it right down the middle, y'all.
What does it say?
Is no gi just gi jiu-jitsu without a gi?
Okay, so the card says.
Mitch wrote all these, by the way. Is gi just gi? Is no gi just gi jiu-jitsu without the gi? This is the stupidest topic I've ever heard.
I wrote it down because Jacob said that the other day in class, or and we were training because somebody came in and they said that we were all wearing gis and training, and the guy's like, "Oh, I didn't know we were doing gi. I only brought no gi." And Jacob's like, "Oh, it's okay. It's just no gi is just gi without the gi."
It's not wrong.
I know.
It's a true topic. There's a lot of we talked about this with the Robert Drysdale episode a little bit. Like, there's this resurgence of no gi versus gi.
Oh yeah.
Kind of stuff, and that it's better or whatever. I think that it's a lot of playing with the rule sets kind of ideas. Like we were talking about, I can't beat him in this rule set, so I'm going to take a wrestler and put him in a gi or a no gi jiu-jitsu match and see what happens, or mess with the rules a little bit so I can, stunt on this wrestler.
Well, everybody always, it's funny because whenever you look at the self-defense respect of it, you always have two different crowds, right? So you have the gi crowd that goes, "Oh, I train for self-defense and I want to train with the gi so I can learn how to use clothes against people." And then you have the other people that say, "Well, I train no gi because on the streets you're not going to have a gi."
Yeah.
But it's
I'm usually naked when I'm on the streets.
Well, I at least take my pants off.
Yeah. First rule of jiu-jitsu is take your pants off.
Yep.
Yeah, that was another non-topic there, Mitch.
You're welcome.
All right, you get to do the double-handed axe. This time it's your turn.
Throw two.
Yeah. You got to throw two axes with one hand is what I meant. The double axe apparently is the way to go. Both of the girls.
And she was standing like this.
Yeah. Get a good low squat. That was close, actually. You're supposed to release the axe, not your bowels. Not your sphincter.
Squat,
Good. Relax. Squat low. Oh my God, it's my turn. Hey, Mitch knows what he's doing wrong.
It's once you go up,
We're black belts,
all
Mitch.
there's no break of commitment. So once
Well,
you start raising your
I've never broken a commitment in my life. Fuck you.
So you kind of want to slip into it.
That's what I knew
It's
it.
just one motion.
I just been doing so good with the other one.
I know.
We're all eagerly waiting our turn. Oh, Mitchell!
I was gonna be
What
funny.
are you thinking?
That's to get kicked out of sponsors.
That's how.
Oh, what the fuck did you do?
I just thought about the act. You didn't feel it?
It must be a ghost. We did ask for it to touch us.
You threw it sideways.
So Stephanie's gonna keep throwing the axe until she hits one, or has to bring in her base hitter.
Pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter. I thought it was base hitter.
No, you go to base for with a pinch hitter. We just went
There's
to
a museum
baseball.
of baseball right across the street. We can go figure this out real quick. All right, here we go.
Ready?
Yep, we're ready.
It's not the sumo sword.
Oh, definitely. It's not a sumo sword.
You just swear it. Line up, dominant hand on top.
Dominant hand on top.
Oh my, she buried that
Pick
thing.
up the right one. The one right angle. Up.
Yeah, there we go. Mitch knows what it is.
Boys or
No, boxers or briefs.
Oh, boxers or briefs.
briefs.
Yeah.
Okay, I go boxer briefs.
I recommend boys.
Yeah, I like the spandex snugness, but without the ball huggage. You know.
I found that I was a briefs guy, like you said, like the boxer brief, like the athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started getting fat, and then so I was like, well, I'll just wear boxers because they're looser. But I still get boners in time during places I shouldn't get boners.
Yeah, NRBs.
NRB.
No reason boners.
And unfortunately, with boxers, most of the time, as I stand up, it goes through
It's a suicide mission. Yeah, you can't do it. Bryce has a new sponsor. Have you seen that?
No.
He has this weird, they're like these weird boxers that you can fit your Peter into. Like it's got a sheath.
A Peter sheath?
Yeah, a Peter sheath. And that you can fit that in there. And
then you just, every time you get a boner, you're just going to tear it open.
Yeah, I don't really understand like I've never been like, man, I really wish that my penis was just a little bit more in control.
Under control?
Under control, yeah.
Because my dick's pretty in control.
It's just all over the place right now. I just can't keep it under wraps. Yeah,
just walking around.
It's got a mind of its own. Never have I ever.
Never have I ever.
Yeah, totally boxer briefs. They keep, yeah for sure.
I can do that.
All right, Stephanie, next one. Stephanie, until it's your turn. But big thanks to Big Axe Battleground for letting us hang out here. And what a studio. We get to have hatchet throwing in the background. That's pretty cool. Joe Rogan stuck on that.
Nailed it.
Look
You can pick either one of those.
Oh,
Which one?
let's go with the left one because it's closer. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it say?
Ding, 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 ding.
Bucket list.
Bucket
Oh,
list.
bucket
This is a good one. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So
We talked about this a little bit on the last episode
know.
and got cut off because of internet.
terrible internet.
This is a couple episodes ago. One of my bucket list things. This is a big one. I want to jump a train. I want to jump on a
dirt bike?
no. Like I want to get on a moving boxcar and
Like a hobo?
like a hobo.
You want to hobo it?
Yeah, and take that. I've always thought it'd be cool to do like a documentary.
Yeah,
Where
you
you like just
ride the rails.
yeah. That'd be awesome.
Just save up like $3,000 cash.
We could podcast the whole way.
Of course.
I love how everything that we do now is
It's
like,
now a podcast.
let's add a podcast to it. Hey, dude, I'm thinking about making a baby. Cool, let's add the
You ever
podcast
thought
to it.
about putting a podcast in there?
Yeah.
That's how I used to be about vodka.
Yeah, put
Everything
vodka
I
on it.
drink tasted better with vodka.
Podcasters and stoners are the same people. Like, yo, but we could do weed with it. Now it's just like, oh, but podcasting too.
It's so true. One of my bucket lists is I don't know. I used to be wanting to see the ocean, but I've seen a lot of the oceans of the world. I have no desire to skydive. I fly airplanes.
Yeah. I would, you know what, I would skydive or like do the
Wingsuit.
wingsuit. I would do that before I would bungee jump.
Ooh, yeah.
For sure. There's something about a bungee rope that I just don't trust.
Well, it's because it's just a rubber band,
Yeah, and they like to play games with you where they're like, they throw the extra rope off.
right?
Dude,
And you think that's
I'll die before I find out that it's not real. You know what I'm saying? I'll just have a heart attack and die before I even get back up. Yeah, no thanks.
I'm glad it's not a waiver for that.
A waiver, of course you'd have to sign a waiver to fucking bungee jump. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, really.
What else would you do? They're just going to tie you up by your feet and be like, yeah, go ahead.
One of my bucket lists is to sign a bungee jumping waiver.
Would not do it. Stand right on the edge and be like, no. My bucket list is a chicken out of a bungee jump to back out of it. What else is on my... Jumping a train's been on there for a long, long time.
You keep saying that.
I want to.
But
I don't want to
No, I-
physically jump over the train. I want to jump onto the train and take it wherever it takes
call
me.
it hoboing. You want to hobo?
Hoboing.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure hobos. Us in the industry, we call it jumping a train.
No, that's
Yeah.
the only thing I've heard in my life.
You're jumping on a train. That would make sense.
Well, you keep
Call
calling
it.
the word on though.
Jumping a train. Yeah,
Jumping a train.
because it's slang. Dude, if you're a hobo, you'd know
Is
about
it in the
this.
ho-
When you've been hoboing as long as I've been hoboing, then you can come talk to me about hoboing. All right, Stephanie, we need a new topic. My knee's healing up, but my ankle's not. Have you
I
seen
noticed
that?
how fat your ankle.
My ankle looks like I have diabetes still.
Have you tried eating oatmeal?
Yeah, I gotta eat my Cheerios.
Tried it.
That was a miss. We should add a sound effect for every time. Yeah. And then every time Mitch misses, it goes. Bah, bah, bah.
Is that because you guys think I look John Cena?
Yeah. Here we go. Here's the professional.
Oh,
Let's
look, she's calling her shot.
let's go for middle left over on that one.
Yeah, on the one.
Oh, if she splits this.
I'm just gonna.
Oh, close. You got the one
Still
above.
got one.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
We can have it. We'll do it.
Coming from the guy that hasn't stuck it once.
3 bullseye. That's my new nickname.
Triple bullseye.
Fuck you, bitch.
Is it your bad music choices? I saw him write that one down. Stephanie has terrible music decisions. Is the topic.
I should read the card. Let me read the card. So
Okay.
it says. It just says Steph's shitty musical taste. Okay, so we should talk about that.
Okay, so Nickelback.
So there I was listening to Puddle of Mud.
One. No, that one's not nice. We won't dog on Stephanie. She hooked us
I
up
didn't
with this
actually
spot.
expect to have a conversation about it. I just wanted her to have to read the card.
I'm gonna throw the next one. I'm gonna throw scissors. Look, Steph.
Look at that.
There you go.
He cut it up so it's not real.
Okay.
Now it
Where's,
says Steph shitty.
what about playing cards? Yes, Steph's shitty. All right. 2 hands, right hand on top.
Are you throwing the little one?
I'm throwing the big one.
Oh, you're throwing the big one.
Okay, so put your thumb up, dog.
Square up.
All right, suck your butthole in.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Do your
that looks
Kegel.
good.
Yeah.
That looks good.
That's where the most of them are. I take a step as I go.
Yes.
Come on.
And do it in one full motion, and I breathe out before I release.
Okay. You do too? Oh, I hit it! I hit it with the blade.
Now, with you being taller,
Yeah.
you may want to take one step further back and throw it with a little
Don't
bit
chop
more.
her from the head.
Well, not that bad.
Watch out for Mitch's scalp.
I've only got one scalp, bro.
This is scary, bro.
What if it bounces off the top? I feel like you got scared. I think you got nervous.
Yeah, I didn't really commit to that one.
Well, you didn't have a lot of breathing room right there.
That's
So.
true. You went to a flat spin.
We got you here. We'd never get through the episode. We just sit here throwing axes the whole time.
Which is the worst place to sit.
Yeah, you did. This was. All right. Up a little
I'm not
high.
even mad that you didn't hit a topic. You stuck all of them.
Yeah, you've been.
I mean,
You're undefeated right now.
You haven't gotten 3 bullseyes like I did, but it's only with the small hammer though, or the small axe. Oh God, don't come in. That was a
Oh,
wonky one, but it still landed. Like that's
yeah. I thought Steph was throwing that one backwards.
Yeah, she was aiming.
Call my music decision shitty.
She says, "I call."
She goes, watch this.
Johnny secretly liked Kings of Leon.
Oh yeah.
Are they the ones that?
Those were the ones you were singing just now.
Whoa. What was, I was singing one?
Yeah, that's why I wrote the topic down.
Well, what was I singing?
The song.
I don't know the words.
Yeah. Does Johnny secretly like Kings of?
They're not bad.
I saw him in concert.
I'm all right with them.
Yeah. So I had an opportunity to actually go see
Yeah.
a cool concert.
Your sex is like fire.
It's not,
That's herpes.
I love that.
your sex is on fire.
No, it's like fire.
No, I went and saw them in Tulsa, and Band of Horses opened for them, which is actually one of my
Okay, yeah. I like being the horses.
Yeah, they were really good. I think Kings of Leon's awesome, and I don't know if I believe the fact that supposedly when they started the band, none of them knew how to play instruments.
Oh, really?
I have a hard time believing that.
I knew a band called Ludo that their drummer was like that. He
didn't know how to play?
He didn't know how to play, and they needed a drummer, and he's like, no, I'll figure it out. There's a lot to be said about like just deciding to figure something out. You know? I mean, like, look at
I
us.
don't think that was the truth. I think that was all fake.
Could be.
It was all part.
I like how you wrote down does Johnny secretly like Kings of Leon as if it was an insult, and then you were like, I don't think they're that bad of a band. Like,
Well,
you talk shit about them, and
no, I wasn't talking shit. I was doing that because I wanted us to talk about it.
I wanted to talk to you. No, I don't think they're that bad. They're
This
pretty good.
is a great game because like I get to pick what.
Yeah, Mitch got to pick all of the topics while I was setting everything up. While I was doing all the work.
I did my monitor. I mean, I did my.
No, you guys did
mixer
great.
board stuff.
We've like divided up our plans. We were listening to. You can go ahead. Yeah. We'll just keep it running in the
Don't mind
background.
us.
Keep the app running in the background. We were listening to a little bit of like. Oh my God!
Tiffany's got a bullseye.
Split it right down the center.
That's pretty good for your first bullseye.
Folded the card in half and everything.
Yeah.
That was a good one,
You turned
Steph.
that card into a vagina.
This better be a good topic because it was bullseye.
We'll never know now.
Yeah.
Way to find a way to fuck it up, Stephanie.
She's gonna pull it out and it's gonna say, "Daddy, no."
What does it say?
Startup cost of.
Startup cost of a gym.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
something I was thinking about. I think you and I kind of talked a little bit about that earlier.
There's lipstick on it.
What the fuck?
Matches mine.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about startup cost of a gym.
Yeah, so because I think there's a bunch of different ways people have done it.
Yeah.
So I kind of talked about we talked about how I did it, how you did it, and how I plan to try to do it the next time around.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first
You're talking about the bank robbing thing, right?
the what?
The bank robbing thing?
Yes.
The plan that we had?
Well, we're gonna wear the dead president's mask.
Yeah, okay.
And jump out of
I was going to wear my Oakleys. Now that I'm a dad, I have a pair of Oakleys.
I've lost so many pairs of Oakleys.
I might have your pair of Oakleys. they were at the gym
They probably
for
are.
like
You can
3
have them.
years.
I'll get another pair.
Oh, whatever.
I just feel like, which I hope we hit that topic actually. Stephanie, write into the show notes. Write. Talk about Oakleys again. As soon as I give you the thumbs up. You don't have to write it down. That's a joke. You have to write it down. So you guys started getting up. Now I feel weird.
We're going to talk about the Oakleys
I just need
again.
you to remind me to go back to that topic because there's a topic on the board that I want to bring up about why I want to give Jonny my Oakleys.
Stupid. These are dumb topics. This is the last time I ever give you control of that.
You gave me a half-ass pin.
It's a whole ass pin. That's a great pin.
But so the first time when I opened my gym, I actually I had like 7 students that followed me from a gym that I was teaching at before. And we were kind of training in a garage. I was like, hey guys, I think I'm going to open a gym because I'm tired of training in this garage.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I don't have any money. And so we had this idea. We're like, hey, if everybody pays 2 months worth of tuition up front, that would give me some initial startup costs.
Yeah.
So 7 guys paid $200 a piece. So that came out to be $1,400. So I started my first gym with $1,400. Your situation was a little bit different, right?
Mine was a little bit different. I think, but it's all about some version of the same kind of story. Like, there's usually somebody that's got the money to fund and somebody that has the skills or the skill set to run it.
It's a twist top. Everything you just did was completely unnecessary.
And
She used a bottle of her. And she struggled. It was always funny.
and yeah, not so big now throwing those axes, huh? Why don't you go get one of those axes and open it up? Yeah. She's gonna shut me up real fast. Oof, throw it right off the top. In my situation though, it was Daniel, of course, kind of upfronted the money, and I was a broke ass MMA fighter that just didn't have anything else to do with my life. So I was like, I'll come up there and open up a gym. So it was like he found the right person at the right time. I also found the right person at the right time to open it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like Daniel was like, man, I got all this money. I thought I could find somebody that has nothing better to do throughout the day except run a gym.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh man, I have nothing better to do throughout the day than run a gym. I wish I could find a guy that had a lot of money.
Well, his story was a little bit of the same too. They had a gym that was running and it shut down, and he's like, dude, now's the time. Let's do it. Like, and so a lot of our upfront. We never went the negative because of that. Like, we were able to open up with a good, solid group of students.
Going into the possibility of opening a gym soon, in the next year, I'd like to open up another gym here soon. And so, but I think this go around it's going to be more of like an investment situation where I'm going to come to the table with $10,000 or so, and then find 1 to 2 other people who want to be kind of silent partners to an extent, and kind of an investment opportunity. And so, and I've talked to a few people that have mentioned getting involved in it, and my coach even being one of them. And so I think that's the way I would do it. It'd be, going into it initially because I didn't know a lot about running a business when I had my first gym, but knowing now, like, simple stuff because I'm a minimalist, is what I was trying to say. And so I like the idea of like the AOJ with all the white mats and I like that. I think it's great. I don't think it's necessary in the area that we live in. Bruno's gym is similar to that. His looks really clean and nice. He looks awesome. I love it. But he's also in the small area, so it's kind of appealing to that. Yeah. But for me, one of the biggest things is having 6 months worth of rent and bills in a bank account that I don't have to come out of.
That's huge, especially for right now. You know, like we lucked out, man. We lucked out big time because we were saving up big time. We had a good chunk of cash that we had saved up right before Corona hit. There's no way we could have known that was going to happen.
Right, yeah.
You know, and like luckily our students helped us pull through that, all of that. But if you were to open up a gym 2 months and then Corona hits, like, you're done. There's a lot of people that have been open for 6 years and didn't have that kind of money.
Right.
And so like, that's a smart way to do it. And it's a smart way to approach it because I've had friends that you've met as well that have opened up gyms under somebody else, or somebody else had kind of the controlling portion of it. And he's basically like, man, like, I can't get behind this idea because it's not my idea.
Right, yeah.
You know, like, I don't have anything invested in this other than my time. And that's not enough for me to get excited about it.
That makes sense. Yeah, I know. And I think it's important because you and I mutually know a guy who down south in Louisiana that had the opportunity to have two investors come in and really, basically say, hey man, we believe in what you're doing, because he had a smaller gym. We've taught a seminar there before. We believe in what you're doing. We have the money to help you, but we don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So you're the subject matter expert. You're the SME in this whole thing. So you run it, and we'll finance it. And in return, they work out whatever financial deals they work out. But that's something amazing, and it's always good to see something cool like that happen to a good person. A person who has put a lot of time and effort into trying to build their gym. Because it's not an easy job. It's not something like you don't open up a gym and run a gym like that, like a jiu-jitsu school. If you're doing it because you're a hobbyist, it's you're gonna have a lot of heartache going into it.
Yeah, it's tough to, like, you just can't get behind it. It's tough to have that passion and continue that passion as a hobby, especially whenever you're like trying to grow a business. If it's just you and you're trying to get better at jiu-jitsu and it's your hobby, then that makes sense. But if you're trying to build a business, build a brand that people are excited about,
right,
they're not going to get excited about it if you can't get excited about it. We're gonna go on to yeah. Here we go. We've chewed that one up.
Yep.
I'm excited because we're getting the ones that I was excited about. I haven't seen yet, so that means we're getting to them. Dun, 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 dun. She hasn't missed one yet. Oh, you chopped it though. You chopped it. That counts.
You chopped it. We'll take it. For some reason, it just didn't stick in there.
And I did slice the tire.
I know.
You sliced it with the handle.
I would like to believe that that's what actually happened at the end.
Getting married in a gi?
Oh yeah. We were talking about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Why would y'all do that?
No, why would
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
We're not doing it.
We're
It's
not
everybody
doing it.
else. If you're, no, you're good. If you are getting married in your gi, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go into your bathroom, your mom's bathroom.
Yeah.
And I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and really think about what you did. And then I want you to look at your toothpaste tube, and it's probably open, and there's toothpaste all over because you're a disgusting scumbag. You leave your toothpaste cap off the toothpaste and get married in a gi. Nobody wants to get married to that kind of person. Disgusting. That's why your mom's gonna kick you out soon.
That's right.
Stephanie just got herself fired. Can you send her that back up? It's a little bit off. Can you send her just a little bit?
We're good.
No, I'm looking at it. We're not good.
I like where it's at because you can't see my back fat.
Okay. There we go.
There, it's back.
Yeah.
We can see.
Look at all that pudge.
I also believe that if you're going to be a wedding crasher, that going to a wedding where the person's getting married in their gi is the best one to go to.
Yeah.
Because
nobody cares about that person anyway.
Nobody cares about that person, and also there's a guarantee that you're also going to fuck the bride.
Yeah. All the people that are listening to us, they're like, man, I got married in my gi.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I hope you are feeling that way. Right
Yeah.
now. Why would you do that? Why would you? You know what? You know what I like? I like eating cereal for breakfast in the morning. It's just a hobby, I'm a hobbyist breakfast eater. I think I'm going to get married in a Wheaties box.
Yeah.
Why would you take a fucking hobby and then...
It's not a hobby, dude. It's life.
Apparently it's, yeah.
Jiu-jitsu is life.
Let's go down that path. Unless you're a professional athlete getting paid to do it, you're a fucking hobbyist. And you should treat it as such.
The whole idea of getting married in anything, honestly, just do it right.
Just don't get married.
Yeah. Or I don't know.
Honestly, this
Don't
day
put
and
your
age-
poor wife through that.
Well, she obviously is a poor wife. She's marrying a guy who couldn't afford a kid.
It's made in his
He's getting married
ski.
in his ski.
There's the other one, like the gender reveals. Have you done a gender reveal for your
Yeah.
12 children?
Yeah, only one of them. Though.
Not a fan. But I saw one where this guy, like, he did like a suplex to a dummy
Oh, really?
or whatever. And the first one, he like suplexed the dummy on top of his kid. Like the kid ran behind him and like damn near killed the kid. And it's like, good thing you're having another one.
No. Wouldn't it be funny if that was the gender reveal and the kid blew up? And it was
We're having a boy.
It's a boy.
Yeah,
Sorry about
no.
your kid, bro.
Gender reveals are kind of cringy as well.
Yeah, they can be, especially. You can almost guarantee exactly what kind of gender reveal someone's going to do, based on who they are as a person.
Based on how many times the girl says, yes, girl, in a post.
Yeah.
Yes, queen.
God's queen. Because I've seen a lot of the redneck gender reveals where they're like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to shoot this balloon.
Yeah, or they'll have what's that, tannerite or whatever.
Tannerite, and it'll explode.
Yeah.
Now, I say all that, and he doesn't listen to this, but I have a friend. It's a mutual family friend. He's a really, really good guy. Awesome dad, family man, stuff like that. But we went to his gender reveal, and that's exactly what he did. He blew up tannerite. And I think it was blue. I don't know. I think it means that.
There's only two colors. It's brown. It's this shit.
It's just white.
It's a shitty baby.
Ambiguous
Yeah.
color. No, they did a gender reveal where it was white because they were like, well, we don't really want to know the gender. We just wanted to shoot something with tannerite. What did she say?
What? Yeah, I was just about to say I'm gonna go for one. Yeah, I'm gonna get this before we're leaving.
Go get in there. Johnny's up. Johnny's gonna go through his battle axe. He's got both. I wish I had a loose tooth because I could just try a swing on it. Yeah, don't. You're gonna hit me in the head.
Half a step.
Half a step. There's a whole step. This is why you're gonna miss it. You probably haven't made one. You get it right on the line too. Like that was part of the competition.
Yeah.
Q-tips.
Oh yeah.
Get it right down.
Q-tips. I don't have a reason. I was just trying to blurt out random things. I think about though. I don't think that there's a single person on the planet that uses Q-tips the way that they're intended to be used.
What?
You don't clean out your asshole? No, I'm just kidding. No, because you're not supposed to like dig in too deep or whatever. Or like there's all kinds of rules and laws of Q-tips.
Yeah. So here's what I will tell you: if someone were like to ask me what would be the best orgasm
Oh yeah.
to ever have, it would be a Q-tip in my ear,
Someone scratching my head.
somebody scratching my back, peeing while I'm holding it for hours.
No, not even
Taking a
that.
sneeze.
Taking your first at-home poop after traveling for 2 weeks.
See, I just feel like I poop so much that it's all the same thing.
When I come home from like vacation, it's awesome.
But I can tell you that
It's a moment.
when I've been holding my pee in for
Yeah.
a really, really long time,
And then you let it all out at the door because you can't find your keys.
but oh my God, like, you know that feeling when you're right before you sneeze and you're like,
Yeah. And you're just like,
It feels-
There's like a microsecond where you're just like, whoa.
your brain's firing at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then you have a Q-tip in one hand. and
If you
you're
could do
holding
that at the
your
same
pee in
time.
the other one.
If there's, like my point, I'm thinking like, nobody stops at the ear canal. Like everybody that's put a Q-tip in their ear, they're like, oh, there's another like extra layer
I go,
to
well,
shove it up there to the
It feels
brain.
this good right here. What's it gonna feel like?
Exactly.
When it goes even further?
Yeah.
And then I hit my nerve.
Yeah.
And then I pass
That
out.
like you hit the eardrum or whatever.
Yeah.
Right there. Like nobody uses that. Nobody uses a Q-tip as intended.
No, I always thought that the whole point of the Q-tip was just to shove that wax on further down in.
Yeah, that's all. Those ear candle things. You know, have you seen those?
Yeah,
They're like,
that's not real though, isn't it?
I feel like we have earwax for a reason, though. You know, like
100%.
that stuff is there to protect our eardrums.
Yeah, it's there because just like having something stuck in your teeth, it's there so that other people can see it and think how disgusting.
God
you are.
put that there for a reason. Yeah,
Are you-
God didn't make mistakes when building our ears.
I feel like I thought you were making a quote about the Goonies.
No.
Because
I was actually.
we should move this rock, and she said,
There was like I was thinking about this in Florida. They had like it was nothing but Karens that were going up like arguing why they shouldn't wear masks or be required to wear masks. And this lady, I'm not even kidding you, dude. This lady was arguing. She's like, this is how she sounded. She's like, you're trying to restrict God's perfect breathing system. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, she's got to be outside inhaling packs of cigarettes.
was she breathing through a...
Talking about how we're trying to inhibit God's perfect breathing system.
It's actually not perfect. If it was perfect, you could breathe underwater.
Yeah. Shove a Q-tip down there and see what happens. I'm going to go number 2. Go for number 2.
Okay.
Not a number 2.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I got a COVID test? Did I tell you about that? They just... Yeah. Yeah, obviously. No, they said I have it. I'm here.
Oh, that's for the surgery.
Yeah, they just shove a Q-tip to the back of my throat. I was terrified it was going to up my nose.
Yeah.
They just made me deep throat a Q-tip. It was like unpleasant, but dude, I'll gag on a Q-tip all day if they don't have to shove one up
Yeah, that's my
to my
1
brain.
Saturday.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, here we go. Feeling hot.
And it says it's feeling hot.
He's stepping up to the plate.
Well, you get hit.
You need to do like the golf.
That was close.
You chipped away at that one.
Yeah.
Well, you keep up the good work, Sean. That's
We're
right.
gonna do me.
Fuck.
I don't know why I put it in the ground. It's your turn.
Alright.
I just threw it straight at the ground.
I want to throw the timing. I've had more luck with it.
Let's see what Mitchell can do. He can't even bend over to pick up the axe with those tight pants on. He's gonna pull out the small one so his hands look bigger. Oh, stuck at the... Mitch is a pro. Mitch is good at this. What is this one? Oh, no.
Hold on. Should women be allowed to vote?
Mind you, remember how we prefaced all of this with Mitch wrote all of them?
I thought it would be funny because I wanted you to read it on the air.
I'll read it. Should women be allowed to vote? Yes, they should. What was it that started?
We were talking about women MMA and the fights last night.
Oh no, well, yeah, that's right. The fights were fucking amazing last night. Every fight, there was like 3 or 4 comeback wins, and there was that main event was amazing, incredible.
I didn't get to watch.
It was so good, so good. It's one of those fights where you can. Dustin Poirier, spoiler alert, Poirier wins.
Yeah.
And you can see he gets his ass kicked at first, dude, bad.
Does he?
And you can see the point when Dustin Poirier just decided I'm gonna make it out of this, and you're not. Like around into the 4th or middle of the 4th and into the 5th, he was just like, no, I'm gonna eat this out. You know, like I'm gonna push just a little bit harder, and he got it. It was really impressive though. Yeah, women should be allowed to vote. I don't know if they should be allowed to drive. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna throw another axe now.
That's exactly why I wrote
After that
down.
comment, you just stand down there and I'll throw.
Okay.
Those types of topics.
Yeah, I'll hold the card. You throw. You go. Stephanie's gonna throw the axe. Dun, da, da, da. That was a weak one.
Right.
Stephanie, that was like the lowest effort I've ever seen you put into anything.
I've never fired anybody just from a hobby,
Yeah, just from watching them throw a tomahawk.
but I'm real close.
This would be the first time. You threw my shoulder out.
Why are you throwing like that?
You're throwing it sideways.
Throwing like that.
You're scaring me.
Stop.
I'm getting
Hey,
so nervous.
You pick. You stuck it, you pick one. You stick it, you pick it.
Stupidity of local gym rivalry.
Oh yeah, stupidity.
Yeah, this is a
local
good
gym
one.
rivalries. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna grab another beer for this. You can kick us off.
Okay. Yeah, I just in light of just you hear
It's like
so much about this gym, local gym is
I just want to ask
is better
people
than
for
this
views,
gym, or that gym's better than that gym. And I honestly,
Were you talking about how good my gym was?
yeah, maybe it's because I'll be 37 next month, but Jesus Christ, grow the fuck up. Like, if other businesses had as much ego as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gyms seem to have, they would just fail left.
Okay. Here's the thing. I'm willing to put my personal experiences on the line.
Okay.
Let's go with this from a perspective of both of our gyms, right?
Okay.
My gym, I wasn't a black belt when I opened my gym. I was a purple
Same.
belt, right? I've only been open for 6 years. We built it from the ground up. There wasn't a whole lot of jiu-jitsu in the area. I'm not trying to brag about myself. I'm not saying that like I'm the best ever or anything like that. Mitch's gym has been around for forever in this area. It has a huge stable of and don't get this screwed up how I'm going to say this, but a huge stable of excellent fighters, so on and so forth. I have fighters, high-level fighters at jiu-jitsu tournaments that have beat your guys.
Correct.
Mitch beat the shit out of me in a tournament.
Once.
I've also beat guys from your gym. We go back and forth, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't consider myself necessarily, or my gym, like necessarily this like extremely high-level, awesome gym. I'm not trying to brag about it or anything. What I am saying though is that like, I think that on any given day, anybody can beat anybody.
100%.
Any gym, I've seen some really shitty gyms, some really shitty coaches eke out wins or get wins out of, like how many times have you seen the UFC where you're like, this guy's Mike Perry. Mike Perry's a good example. He has his freaking girlfriend in his corner.
Oh yeah.
His girlfriend, that was the only person there. He throws punches wrong, he just ekes it out because he decided he's gonna win. It's like, dude, you don't have to be like super technical. You don't have to be anything to win matches. Like,
But even more so, it's like, who the fuck cares? Like if you're a small gym, let's say that you're a small gym in the area or whatever, and you however you finance yourself, maybe you have a situation where you have you're in a profession where you have a lot of money and it's a hobby to you, so you open this gym. Everybody wants to build champions. Everybody wants their gym to be respected, right? But man, I'm here to tell you, like, you can have, if you're a mediocre gym with an asshole for an owner, it doesn't matter about anything because you're just going to be known as the guy who's an asshole who owns a gym.
Yeah.
And and I can also tell you that just because, I've seen this happen in the past, and it's happened even in the local area. Guys are hobbyists with money, and they go out and they find a black belt world champion and they bring them in to run classes because in their minds they think, well, this is going to bring people to my gym.
it's hard to say because like I've done similar stuff where I've brought black belts in from Brazil.
Most likely for you.
Yeah, it was an investment in myself and then for my
students,
my students,
your current students.
Yeah,
you didn't bring them in and put them on full-time staff and hope that somehow a white belt who has no fucking clue what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is somehow happens to know who this world champion is and goes, I want to train with that guy.
Yeah, I would bring them in and hire them if I had the money to.
Yeah.
But not on account of like this is going to bring me more people.
Exactly.
On account of like this is going to make my gym better and more skilled.
Right. And if somebody had an opinion about the person that you bring in or whatever, you have to ask yourself, if you truly care about the opinions of other gyms, where are you really standing on all of this? Like what's really important to you?
Yeah.
You know, are your students important to you? Is the success of your gym important to you? Is growing your gym important to you? Or is it just more important that your gym is cooler than someone else's gym? You know, and it even goes back to, people who say, well, the jiu-jitsu we're doing here is more pure, or it's better jiu-jitsu than what you're doing. Who makes that judgment call? Dude,
one of the coolest things about like traveling and training, and I think this comes from, I think a lot of that mentality comes from being isolated, being in your circle.
Yeah.
Because when you travel and train, you'll go to Marcelo Garcia's, you'll go to, wherever, AOJ, Atos, like all these gyms, and you'll notice they're doing the same shit.
Everybody's doing the same
It's all the same stuff.
It doesn't matter.
I've been to Brazil twice. I've been to gyms, countless gyms all over the nation, and every single one. Never have I've gone in and be like, oh, that's a pretty cool technique. I like how they ran classes today. But never have I been like, oh my God, this is the secret. This is the sauce that I've been missing. It's you get there and you're pleasantly surprised. You're like, oh, I'm in small town Arkansas, but apparently I'm doing the right things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's stupid. It's like it honestly comes from the people that talk like that, the people that perpetuate that, are the people that don't actually know what they're doing, and they don't actually have a finger on the culture and what's going on in the sport. Because the ones that are real, the real ones are concerned about their technique, their training partners, and their health and getting better. Like those are the only things that they're worried about.
And then you'll have those people that are like, oh yeah, well, why don't you stop by and find out? It's like, no, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. You know why I'm not going to? Because I have a family that I have to take care of, and that's more important to me than coming by the gym and trying to prove something stupid. I have a podcast that I do, and I'm not talking about me specifically. I'm just being sarcastic, because
there's a lot better things to do.
There's 100 other things that I would rather be doing.
Yeah.
And it's such a weird concept to be like.
It's people just clawing for their spot at being accepted,
Because then it's like, well, then you put out let's say you put out like this mass, like, what is that saying? Stick around and find out, or whatever,
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's something like that. But it's like, what? Okay, so then what happens when a bunch of people do show up?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you guys were actually going to show up.
Right.
Or. So,
I get some of it though. I've seen some, I've seen like striking coaches and strikers in the UFC. Like one of the things that I pride myself on is like, I fucking know striking. I've said this before. Like I know kickboxing. I was having that conversation with somebody just the other day specifically about you. Oh, appreciate it.
But it was all good. It was
like I understand jiu-jitsu, but I have to try a little bit to understand it. Like kickboxing, I just get it, And so I'll see these people that are doing like striking coaches or whatever. And I'm like, why is that not me? I fucking know better than these coaches, and like I see bad striking coaches or bad strikers, like I can fix that person. But a lot of it too is like I don't put myself out there to be in that position, and I'm not. I don't think that the way to do it to get to that position is say, look at me, look at me. Mm-hmm. I think the best way to get in that position is do the work quietly, and people will take notice if you're doing it.
I think that building a really awesome culture within your gym is something that's going to really decide what it is that, the outcome of how good your school truly ends up being. And so if you have it's the last card?
Yeah, that's our last card, but I was going to let you finish, unless you would want it out of that conversation.
No. I just felt weird talking to myself.
I like this. I'm like able to get up and move around, and like
there's so much space to explore.
I can go podcast over there if I want to.
I was just saying that I think the culture inside the gym is what ultimately determines the success of the gym. And so we've talked about this on past episodes before, where you've got those guys, like I said, who tell their students constantly that what they are doing is just something that no one else is doing.
Yeah.
We're doing something in this gym that no one else is doing, and everybody wishes that they could do.
Right.
It's like, and the thing is that's developing a culture, because those students are going to truly believe that.
Yeah.
They're going to believe 100% that they're doing something that no one else is doing. I remember myself being in that position. It was years and years ago. I fought Justin Rice. Mm-hmm. I agreed to a fight with Justin Rice. And I remember thinking, I am training harder than anyone else.
Yeah.
Because I was putting in a lot of fucking work, and it was I was sweating, and I was putting in the hours, and I was drilling. I was like, nobody's working harder than me. No, they are, and possibly working harder. Like,
and it's
you don't
not
have a clue.
It's not always too about like who's working harder.
No.
It's about like who's working smarter, who's
exactly
who's
who
studying. Yeah, like you could work. It's like people that like lift and lift and lift. Like that's great, but like if you're not expanding your game, if you're not like trying to find those details, then it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Let's go into that next card.
All right. So the last card.
Dun, 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 dun.
How does Jonny find sugar daddies and sugar mamas so easy? Because
onlyfans.com/content.
log into OnlyFans to find out.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Johnny, repeat. John, what?
Johnny's propensity. So it was supposed to be.
Johnny's pepperoni to find
No,
sugar.
I couldn't spell propensity.
Yeah, I do sometimes. I don't think it's mostly that I'm a man child. I said it earlier. It's because I'm a man child.
Yeah.
And people were like, well, I need to take care of him. Give it up to Lizzie, first of all, Bob, for my fiance, for like, I had knee surgery. She freaking carried me the whole.
I know, dude.
She's been mowing the lawn.
Doing yard work. Every time I
Yeah.
come over last Sunday and this Sunday, she's in the middle. I think that she waits till she knows I'm coming over and then goes outside and mows the yard.
No, she's trying to beat the rain. Like, all the rain.
It was
and
a
stuff.
buggy day though too.
Did you hear about like the Sahara sands
The
or
sand
whatever?
cloud that's coming this
I
way.
feel I think it's already here because
I can't
we
tell.
had like a advisory show up that was like stay indoors if you have problems breathing or
Yeah,
anything
of
like
course.
that. And when we were outside, like I feel like you can see a haze.
I guess I just don't notice it. But
Yesterday for
I
sure.
have such
Today's
bad
not so
vision
much.
that everything's a haze. You know?
This is 20
I'm sorry
minutes
about
after Mitch was bragging about his perfect vision for hitting the tomahawk.
Hand-eye coordination is a difference.
I think, honestly, I'll be real about this, is like, I think that people see two things. I think people see that I always have something going on. So I always have some grandiose idea that I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. This is
Yeah.
going to be the thing. But that's also part of my downfall is I also always have a grandiose thing where it's like, oh man, this is going to be awesome. I'll get
So
people
we started a podcast.
I'll get people really excited about it, and then like it just doesn't follow through
Fizzle.
for some reason, you know. And like, but I think that's what has gotten me things like the gym, this podcast, all those kinds of things, is because like I get people excited. I'm really good at getting people excited about an idea and getting that ball rolling.
Right.
And then, you know, like the other person's like, oh yeah, we can do this and we can do that. And then if I, you know, about 30% of the time it hits and it follows through.
Follow through.
And so it's like, if it, you know, if I'm just throwing stuff up against the wall and one or two things sticking, then that's a success, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe just only the best things are sticking. So
You just get you're really
I'm happy with it.
Respect. I don't really think that Lizzie is your sugar mama, but
she is. No, it's fine.
she does have a job.
We were talking about this with, I actually brought this up with my friend that I've been doing the video editing and this video production company with.
Like that just fell in your lap.
Yeah, I kind of did.
You know what I mean?
And
Like-
but it's also like I've spent
When you've been
6 or 7 years like
Yeah.
very, very intensely focused on a couple of skill sets because I know that jiu-jitsu is not always going to pay the bills. And but it did fall in my lap in that like that was a connection. He was actually the person that taught me like audio recording, and he lived in the house with me. So but anyways, I was telling him, I was like, the only other thing that I felt like this sure about that like just everything worked out, exact right timing, all of that was a podcast. And that's kind of how this production company's been hitting. It was like just perfect timing on everything. And it did. It kind of fell into my lap. But the ability to be able to see those opportunities and just go, you know, like I'm not a person that's had like an actual real job for probably like close to 10 years now. And so like I kind of have to jump on those opportunities when they fall in my lap, you know, and take them. Because I'm sure like a lot of those opportunities could be available to anybody. But, you know, your friend's not going to ask you because you have a full-time job doing, you know, you got 6 kids or whatever. Everybody knows shit to do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Johnny will do it.
Yeah. Does anybody know anybody that doesn't do anything all day?
Yeah.
You know, on the flip side of that, because I do have the career that I have, you know, like whenever I'm, you know, looking at opening out of the gym, even when I had my gym initially, one of the things that I had as a benefit was if it fails, I don't fail.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't fail. I just move on with something else.
But see, where you look at that as a benefit, I feel like, that as like as a pitfall.
Sure.
Because like for me, it's like I don't have a choice. I have to make this
Your
work.
motivation's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, financially, I guess that's what I mean, is that I can't really financially fail.
Yeah.
In that respect. I'm never going to be in a position like that. But egotistically,
It's a great spot to be in. Yeah.
you know, I'm like, I'm always, so at that point, I'm not, my desire to succeed is not driven by financial stability.
Right.
It's driven by the desire to want to have a culture or a gym or students that are out there and you know, I really put in a lot of passion into my students and making that the success and not the finances.
And maybe the path for me is that I had to go through that period of like I had to fight for it to get where I wanted to be, and then maybe I'll be more financially comfortable and get to live that way. No, I feel you. It's like, it's a great place to be in, but it's also, it's a great place to be in for the age and the time that you're in your life. If you're 21, 22 and you're in that position, I doubt you'd be able to have them keep the motivation.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, like, as a more mature adult now, I feel like if I had $100,000 in the bank and I was still running the gym, I'd still be able to do that because I understand that $100,000 won't last me forever.
True.
And I have more things that I want to accomplish. It'd be a nice little bump, but when I was 21, 22, I'd be like, great, I got $100,000 in the bank. I'm going to blow it all on these things that I want to do. And maybe that would have jump-started whatever I wanted to do, but what happens when that fails? Or that idea doesn't stick to the wall.
It would just give me the opportunity to not bungee jump or
Yeah. I'm gonna pay $2,000 to stand on this edge and think about bungee jumping.
Yeah.
That'd be good. We're out of topics on the wall.
Looks like we are.
We're out of topics off of my brain. I think we should do some more ghost hunting because we still have some time. And we were getting some hits. It's like fishing, bro. You're getting like, you just pick them up.
Yeah, what are the odds? It's like fishing. It's just knowing that we're probably not going to catch anything.
Yeah, I'm all right with it until I get home tonight, and then I'm freaking out about the ghost. Yeah, check out the Big Axe Battlegrounds. This place is awesome in Hot Springs.
Yep.
They have got 5 stables. 5 stables of.
They're called stables. Are these called stables?
That's what I'm calling them.
Axe pits?
Lanes.
Lanes, like a bowling.
Is it 6 lanes or is it?
Or is it technically?
Technically, it's 10.
Technically, it's 10. Okay. 10 lanes of axe throwing. I don't feel like that's safe. You guys think that's safe? I'm like calling you out on it.
Yeah. I mean, I know.
Sign a waiver.
Yeah.
We haven't had a major disaster.
No major disasters.
No major disasters. They have one of the highest safety records in the state of Arkansas. We can say that.
Very clean too. When we got here, very first thing she was doing was cleaning everything.
Yeah.
No, this place is awesome.
About that whole corona thing. And they're open. You guys are open Monday through Sunday.
Every day of the week.
She said every other week. You guys are okay. So they're only open to every other week. So
every day of the week. That's
every
big.
Day of the week.
I wish I would have known that actually early because we'd come up here for Bob's birthday, and I wanted to do something. I wanted to do anything, and this would have been a good option.
And is it so you open and anyone can walk in, or do they have to make an appointment?
Now, during the
Outside of the pandemic.
Okay, so during the Monday through Thursday, we prefer appointment.
Okay.
Appointment.
So appointments Monday through Thursday.
Regular hours, so we're here, walk-ins available.
And then I didn't hear what you said.
Walk-ins available on the weekends.
On the weekends.
Think about it like
They have a full service bar,
hair
and
salon.
kitchen, and a hair salon.
Yeah.
We are bring your own beer and wine.
Yeah, it's BYOB.
Is that real? Can you actually do that here? You can bring your own beer here?
Yeah, we did.
Well, I thought we just got special treatment. That's awesome though. So I could just roll up in here with the cooler and a bunch of homies and start throwing tomahawks at people.
As long
Things.
as everyone stays safe and it's not being ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They also have a giant bouncer that sits at the front door
Yeah.
and is waiting to ask you to leave.
Don't hang out on the stairway in the back though.
Yeah, because that's where most of the
That's
activity is
haunted.
taking place. So that bathroom upstairs, did somebody just diarrhea all over it and you're like, I'm not cleaning it, so then it just became unusable? Because that's exactly what it looks like.
I don't know what happened to that.
I can tell you afterwards, someone went up there and diarrhea it all.
Well, let me ask you: Have you ever walked in there with the lights off and closed the door?
No.
It's scary. I did it. It's really scary. The beeping. I'm not kidding. I was in there and it's like beep, 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 and then we closed the door. It's like beep, 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 beep. I was like, no.
How would you feel if somebody kept walking into the bathroom?
You've had weird stories in that bathroom. This place is. I'm telling you, we need to go back up there.
Steph, how much would we have to pay you to take a whole bunch of laxatives and close the door with the lights off?
If it wasn't haunted, it'd be haunted after
And then
that.
take a shit in that bathroom.
Okay, we're getting ridiculous now. She said no ridiculousness in here. Okay, check out Big Axe Battleground?
It's in the wall.
Big Axe Battleground.
Big Axe Battleground. I don't know why I can't get that straight.
It's right across.
It's a mouthful.
It's a right. What?
It's Big Axe.
Big axe, as in like big ass.
Oh, did you guys do that on purpose?
Yeah, we like
To play on words. If you have trouble finding it, it's right across the street from the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I seriously thought that was a baseball place. It says baseball on the front of it, and it's a courthouse.
I thought he was fucking with me, and then he was like, "Oh no, it's a courthouse." I said, "Yeah, I said it was a courthouse."
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this show up. It was great being here. This is awesome. Hopefully, we'll get to do it again. And if you want to book us at your venue, you should hit us up, and we're gonna try and keep this on the road.
Yeah, we're really looking
podcast
for
on the
a
run. Is that already?
place.
Oh yeah, we were talking about we're gonna do Magic Springs, but like podcast while we're on the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Podcast on the run? Is that already a podcast?
We'll have to Google it.
That'd be a good podcast name.
Podcast on the Run, where we go to different places. We're basically doing diners, drive-ins, and drive-in.
Flavor Town.
Divers, dives, and drive-ins.
No, that's not right.
Divers, drives.
Divers,
drive, dive-ins.
truck stops.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.